Whoa. It's been 369 days, 3:49 p.m. to the minute, to be exact, since my last costume. And guess what today is? It's a new costume. So I've been going back and forth between which suit to get next, and it was tough. I was between 2099 Spider-Man, I was between a Ben Reilly version of Spider-Man, and there were a lot of cool suits out there from different vendors. Speaking of which, with going back and forth between, what suit to get, on top of that was also where to get the suit from. And as you know, if you've watched my stuff, I've gotten suits from RPC Studios, not a ton, but plenty of suits from Heroes Time as well, which they're both reliable. So I trust them. But I was decided to be a little different and try something new, try someone new in the next suit that I decided to get. All right, I'm beyond excited to try to open this thing. I've been waiting too long to see what the suit is or what it looks like. I'm really concerned about how it fits, but let's just start opening the package. Yeah. Whoa. So I have been a little nervous, obviously, because I'm trying a different vendor, and I will say, Shabart Studios, their customer service was impeccable. And when I say that, I'm talking about clear communication for the most part. There have been a few days where I've messaged and I didn't get a response back, but when they do respond, they have a full-blown conversation with you. They care about making sure that you get the best service possible. On top of that, the suit design that I actually ended up getting wasn't on their roster until I brought up, hey, and I think they actually initially asked me, hey, what suit would you like to have, as part of our shop? And I'm like, oh, I was thinking about this one or that one. And it was like, okay, give us 30 minutes, we'll put it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's insane. So the fact that they actually ended up putting the suits that I requested on their shop in a matter of minutes upon request, that's awesome service. So hats off to you, Shabart Studios. Thank you for your service and your help and assistance getting me the suit. Now, granted, the time frame in which I got it was not within, or roughly within the time frame that they set or that they told me initially, but they did come across some unexpected errors or issues that they had to resolve, which led me to believe that this is a little sketchy. I'm not sure about it now. My doubts were starting to rise a little bit, but said they would give me a tracking number within a few days or so, and they did. And I followed it, and here it is. So let's actually get into it and see what we got cooking here. So now, with the reveal, a lot of popularity for the game Marvel Rivals has been blowing up a lot on YouTube, and you already know where I'm going with this. I ended up getting the Spider-Man Marvel Rivals suit design, and gotta say, right off the bat, it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously still in the back, so there's only so much I can see, but let's actually open it up. Wow, that's a poppin' red. Love that. Moment of truth. And now this is the part that always scares me, because the last suit I got, the symbiote, even though that one ended up fitting pretty well, the wideness of the waist and the length of the torso is what I'm concerned with, as well as the amount of space in the legs, because I got chicken legs for the most part from the knee down, so I'm a little self-conscious about that. And so I always want it to feel form-fitting and tight enough to where there's no sag in the leg. Let's take it out. Okay. It feels legit. Hope the shoes, oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's different. I guess it's part of the design in the, yep, ooh, it's got that new suit smell for sure. Freshly printed. And they did not do the eye holes. Okay, so that's minor strike number one. I'm gonna have to cut my own eye holes in there, so that's not fun. I just gotta be careful with it. And there's a technique about doing that right and doing it the right way. So not too concerned. Ah, man, it's hard to tell. Like that, see, right there, the wideness, it gives me room for concern, but that's what I felt about the symbiote suit, and that ended up fitting just fine. So aside from the eye holes I'm gonna have to cut in, it all looks pretty good. The gloves, that's right, I included the forearm zippers because I found it's just easier when you're going to cons or when you're trying to go to a gig or an event and you need directions on your phone and you can't really press the buttons on your phone, tap the screen. It's handy to have, pun intended, to have the forearm zippers in there, so it just makes it easier to access certain things on your phone. So that's cool. I'm really excited to give this a shot, and fingers crossed. I really have high hopes for this thing, and I want to give Shabart Studios a great review on this suit because they were great all up until this point. So let's hopefully hope that they landed the plane on this one. What came first? Suit or Faceshell? Faceshell came first, actually. I've been seeing this guy on Instagram for some time now. It's Pablo Props. Again, another Etsy purchase that I was very cautious about. So far, my Etsy purchases or attempts to purchase something from Etsy has never gone well. Either I was lackluster or not good at all. And I've seen a lot of his stuff on Instagram. He has an Etsy account, gave him a chance, really good communication. I know that's a big thing for people who are shopping around for cosplay stuff. So really excited to see how this fits. I'm a little concerned though with the measurements because I think I was like half an inch or an inch too short because I didn't give that excess space needed for, you know, to be able to move your mouth and talk. So we'll see how this fits. So without further ado, Spider-Man meets no scissors. High quality props, Pablo props right there. Give him a visit, check him out. He's got some pretty cool stuff, a lot of great looking face shells. So curious to see how this one fits. I really pray it fits. Whoa. Okay. I think we're okay. Gotta appreciate the protection here. Wow. 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 This is, whoa. This is legit. Got that nice little fabric just to protect the lenses here, but check that out. I'm loving that. It's like a hard, soft material. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, like when you're on the playground back in the old days when you were in high school, the asphalt playgrounds, but like not really asphalt. That's the best thing I could use to describe it, but it feels kind of like that. Wow, the lenses are pretty strong. They're very, very strong, which is great. It's a good thing. Wow, you got the magnets there. Check out the design on that. You got plenty of magnets to ensure that it stays on the face shell. If you ever decided to do flips or acrobatics, which I'm still learning how to do. Hopefully at some point I'll learn how to do a backflip one of these days. Gotta be very careful here. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. How are we looking? All right, so we're gonna have to obviously see how this looks once we try it on, but get a load of that. Hopefully it looks good. Now, as far as the feel, I might need to improvise here and include some cushioning because my nose, it's getting rubbed up against the face shell here and it doesn't make it feel great. Speaking of my nose, as you know, I do cosplay, not just Spider-Man, majority of Spider-Man, yes, but I work for other companies or helped out and I do other characters in, you know, mascot uniforms or costumes, things like that. And most recently, it is currently April, so Easter stuff is happening and I just did an event as the Easter Bunny. Now, I will say, I don't know how these people do it, people who do mascots, events, things like that. But whoever they do, I'm sure they have a much better designed costume because that suit sucked. Mainly because of the head. Now you may be asking, why do you look like Rudolph? It's not December. Yeah, right here. So that is due to the freaking Easter Bunny. With that said, I want to avoid that, especially with this suit, with this costume, my guy, Spider-Man, and I might have to actually improvise in hot glue gun, maybe some piece of cushioning to kind of give some space for my nose to breathe and not get scratched up and, you know, I want to keep the skin on my nose, not off of it. So, you know the old saying, no skin off my nose? Well, Easter Bunny took care of that. Another quick comparison, actually, my wife actually brought it up. This actually covers more of the top of the head versus my RPC Studio face shells. So if you can see here, obviously a lot more coverage on the top of the head with the Pablo props facial versus the RPC Studio, which again, these work great because they kind of follow along the contour of my own head, kind of keeping that same shape, but this kind of ensures that you have that Spider-Man head looking shape. So I'm very curious about how this is all gonna look and come together. I have good hopes for it. A few modifications, very minor, that need to be made to ensure that this is a great looking suit. I'm always excited when I get a new suit, so I'm very excited to see this. I know that Marvel Rivals is a really big thing. It's kind of been blowing up. There's like multiple seasons out now. It's a big game, great game, people love it. So with the suit and the face shell, let's put it all together and see how it looks. All right, so as far as my overall thoughts on the costume, coming from when I ordered it, the customer service I got from Shabart Studios, and Pablo Prof, the all-around experience, and then obviously the fit of everything, gotta give this 4.5 thwips. Because, again, the texture, the sheen off the costume, how it feels, how it fits, small gripes, the reason I didn't give it that extra 0.5, and the reason that my Insomniac costume, the red and blue one, same reason. It's because it doesn't fit the way that I really want it to fit as a, like an actual Spider-Man costume. The other ones that I do have, they fit just fine, but for whatever reason, I've lately been having issues back here trying to get it fit and contour to my lower back and my butt. And again, I think it's due to the fact that I have a smaller torso than your average guy, I guess, and my body is just proportioned a little differently. So getting the measurements right for that specific reason is a little challenging, trying to find out the exact and right measurements. Also, I've either gained or lost weight since those initial suits, so my measurements are a little off or a little different versus the other costumes I have, and those are just more worn. Anyway, overall though, like I said, the coloring, the vibrancy of this specific suit, the face shell feels great. Another small gripe that I have with both kind of the face shell and the costume a little bit, again, minor details here, but the zipper, how it's designed, and the face shell, the material that the face shell is made out of, it makes it hard to get that full smooth over look for the face. Because as you can see, there are a few little bumps here because the zipper and the material on top of the face shell, just trying to get it smooth over all the way, it's difficult. I obviously don't want to rip anything or damage the face shell in any way, so I just don't fight it too much. So for the most part, it looks fine. But you do notice a little bit of inconsistency here with the top of the head because of the facial material and the zipper on the suit. And another minor detail, but this is more on me than the people who made everything. I didn't give the proper measurements for my face, for the face shell. I gave him a 23.5 inches versus the 24.5 that I should have given, just for that extra buffer of space when I talk. Because if you look very closely, again, my wife, how she's put it, doesn't really notice it if you're not looking for it. But for me, being as critical as I am, I notice it pretty quickly. But you notice over time that I kind of give myself a double chin because the face shell chin is here, mine is right here. So it's a smaller face shell. I should have given it that extra few inches or inch or so, just to allow myself some space to talk while maintaining the form and look of the spider face. So that's on me. So better luck, next time when I put my measurements in for my next suit and face shell. So the main reason I got the suit in the first place was, well, A, I wanted another suit, so there's that. And then two, there's a con coming up in July in Florida that I'm really excited about going to. It's probably the biggest con that I've gone to thus far. So really excited about that. So stay tuned for more information and videos on that because I want to share that whole experience and journey with you guys. So that's really all I have to say about the suit. Again, thank you Shabbat Studios and Pablo Props for everything. You guys have been great. Check them out as well. I'll probably put their socials on the screen somewhere. But what were your guys' thoughts? What did you think of the suit? Any comments? Leave those down below. Would love to hear them, love to read them. Would love to see what suit you would like me to try to next, as well as the vendor. Again, really wanting to try print costume, but can't seem to get to it also. These aren't cheap, so we'll need to save up money before the next one. But anyway, as always, thanks again for joining me. I'm Spidey Trainer. On your way out, remember to flip the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the bell for more notifications on whatever video I have coming up next. And until next time, stay amazing.